Well, happy New Year 2024 from John Tefteller and the Good Old Days of Radio Show. Yep, yesterday was New Year's Day. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Yes, we survived another year somehow. And another year of Good Old Days of Radio Shows is behind us. We have a New Year's program today. It's not exactly New Year's, but it's kind of New Year's. It was aired in April of 1946, April 21st to be exact, April 21st, 1946. It's a show called Request Performance. And if you listened to last week's Good Old Days of Radio show, on my birthday, December 26th, we did a command performance, and I explained on that show how command performance was a great radio show, but was only heard overseas. People in America never got to hear it. Well, in 1946, William N. Robeson decided, with the help of, I guess, NBC or whoever did this, doing a show similar to Command Performance, but doing it on network radio for the United States of America. They called it Request Performance. It didn't last very long, but hey, it's good. It was good while it lasted, as they say. And our Thursday guest, Mr. Keith Scott, who's running us through a series of escape radio programs, has talked and will be talking a lot about William N. Robeson, the great producer, who normally did things like Suspense and Escape and all that, but in this case, he's doing a comedy show. And the special comedy show for this one is Abbott and Costello. And we did a show, two shows actually, with Nick Santamaria last year, and we will probably have Nick back again in the future. But for now, we have an Abbott and Costello broadcast where it was produced by a guy who normally produced Escape, Suspense, things like that. So interesting to see how versatile these radio people were. Dick Powell is on this as well. Dick Powell played Richard Diamond, private detective. But before that, he was a very famous crooner, a la Bing Crosby. In fact, he gave Bing Crosby a run for his money back in the early 30s, but in the end, Bing won out, and Bing became far more popular than Dick Powell, and so Dick Powell became more of an actor, and as I say, he had his own radio show, Richard Diamond, Private Detective, where he does, I think, sing on some of those too, but it's more of a detective show than a musical show. So, this is Spring Comes to Central Park, with Dick Powell and Abbott and Costello from Request Performance, April 21st, 1946.
Good. Good. That's what Campbell soups are. Good. The makers of Campbell Soups bring you Request Performance. This is the program where the stars you request do the things you request. Tonight we bring you a cast of some of the greatest stars of motion pictures and radio. Abbott and Costello, Dick Powell, George Raft, and radio's Corliss Archer, Janet Waldo, with Leith Stevens and his orchestra. All in Request Performance, produced by the Maskers Club of Hollywood. And here's your master of the mailbag for tonight, Dick Powell.
Sioux City Sue, Sioux City Sue. Your hair is red, your eyes are blue. I'd swap my horse and dog for you. Sioux City Sue, Sioux City Sue. There ain't no gal as true as my sweet Sioux City Sue. I drove a herd of cattle down from old Nebraska way. That's how I come to be in the state of Iowa. I met a girl in Iowa, her eyes were big and blue. I asked her what her name was, she said Sioux City Sue. Your hair is red, your eyes are blue. I'd swap my horse and dog for you. Sioux City Sue, Sioux City Sue. There ain't no gal as true as my sweet Sioux City Sue. As my sweet Sioux City Sue. As my sweet... I'm through, boys, I'm through.
Thank you, Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Campbell Soup's Request Performance. You know, this is the program where we answer your letters. And here's a swell one from Nanette Wilson of Terre Haute, Indiana. Miss Wilson writes, Mr. Powell, I've seen you kicked around by a lot of tough characters on the screen, but I wonder what it would sound like on the radio. Well, just to prove how tough I am and that I can really take it, they've stuck me with two of the toughest characters in pictures or radio, Abbott and Costello.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say what a pleasure it is being on the same program with a man who has one of the most famous singing voices in radio.
Thank you, Abbott, thank you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. Costello. Wait a minute. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Dick Powell.
Well, thank you, Mr. Abbott. Listen, Costello, I don't want any trouble with you.
Oh, so you think you're tough, eh, Powell?
Costello, did you see me in my last picture cornered?
No, I didn't.
Did you see me in Murder, My Sweet?
No, I didn't, darling.
Costello, he's talking about his pictures.
Hey, I'm a pretty tough guy myself in pictures, you know. I was a tough guy in Frenchman's Creek.
Now, wait a minute. I saw Frenchman's Creek, and I didn't see you in it.
Well, during most of the picture, I was up the creek. Hey, look, Powell, you get to sing all the time, don't you? Why don't you give me a chance to sing?
Well, I'll have to hear your voice first. I'll tell you what. Let's you and I try a few bars together.
Try a few bars together?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to pay for your own drinks.
No, Costello, he means musical bars.
Certainly, Costello. Now, look, let's see how much you know about music. I'll sing a note for you, and you tell me what note it is.
Okay.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
That was H.
No, that was G.
It sounded like H to me.
Costello, please. Will you cut that out?
Costello, if you think you can do any better, let's hear you sing a note.
Oh, okay. You'll have to pardon me. I got a frog in my throat.
Why don't you let the frog sing?
Come on, Costello, you can do better than that. Now, come on. Give him a nice, round, pear-shaped tone.
A what?
A pear-shaped tone. Let the note come out of your mouth shaped like a pear.
Which end first?
Costello, I don't think you ever sang in your life.
Oh, yes, I did, Dick. I was a boy soprano. My voice was so high, I had to sing in a girls' choir. I even wore dresses like girls.
What happened?
Just when I was getting to enjoy it, my voice changed.
Give him another chance, Dick. Costello, do you know any songs?
Oh, sure. I have a large repertoire.
Well, keep your coat buttoned and nobody will notice it.
Hey, Abbott, who's writing this guy's material?
Never mind.
Well, never mind, Costello. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to sing a couple of words, and I want you to repeat them after me.
Okay.
You ready now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fresh fish.
A fresh fish.
Fresh fish.
A fresh fish.
That's enough. That was wonderful, Costello.
Oh, wait a minute, Dick. What's the idea of getting me to holler fresh fish?
Well, when I get through with you, if you can't make money one way, you can make it another.
Abbott, I'm going to clip this guy.
Costello, now wait a minute. You can't talk that way to Dick Powell. He's only trying to help you.
Well, yes, Costello. The trouble with you is you don't know how to breathe correctly. You should bring your voice up from your diaphragm.
Hmm.
You know where your diaphragm is?
No, I haven't worn one of those things since I was a baby.
No, Costello. He's talking about the thing you breathe with. What have you got between your stomach and your chest?
My belt.
Oh.
No, Costello. We want you to inhale.
What?
Inhale. I would like to see you inhale.
I feel the same way about you.
Costello, please. Can't you do anything you're told?
But I can see that we're going to have to teach this boy how to sing the hard way. You know, Lou, the ancient Greek philosophers used to train their voices by singing with pebbles in their mouths. Now, I don't have any pebbles, but I do happen to have a pocket full of soda crackers.
Now, let's both of us stuff some of these soda crackers in our mouths and see if we can't sing through the crackers. Now, watch me sing through the crackers. Just watch me, will you?
You go right ahead.
You watch me. Yeah. I hang through the crackers.
Gonna sing through the crackers clear.
Yeah.
Gonna hear every word you say.
You see what I mean?
I can't see a thing. You blew all the crackers right in my puss.
Now, you go ahead and sing. Go on.
You want me to sing?
Yeah, take a mouthful of crackers now.
I'm going to put the crackers in my mouth.
Go ahead, sing. Get
All right.
All right.
Are you gonna get it?
Go ahead.
I swallowed it.
No. You blew the crackers in my face.
I blew it in your face.
Yeah.
Whoa, you better... Oh, yeah, that's why. You made me eat too... You made me eat too many crackers.
Now, look, Lou, don't you understand? Here. I'll do it again for you. Now, watch me, will you? And listen, I put the crackers down. Oh, Costello. Don't you understand? It's all very simple. You have to be what we call perfect.
That's all I want to know, Powell. Give me some more crackers. Oh, I got them. Now, will the first 4 rows kindly back up? I'm going to bread him like a veal cutlet. Here's something my mother taught me. Peter Piper, pick the pebble. Peter Piper, pick the pebble. Oh, help.
While I'm getting rid of these crumbs, and I do mean Abbott and Costello, here's my friend Del Sharbert to tell us what the home life of a radio announcer is like.
Well, Dick, I'll tell you how I was at the Sharper's house the other morning. I came down to breakfast, and Mary Bell, that's my wife, was already at the table, her pretty head buried in a catalog of some sort. Hiya, honey.
Hello.
What you reading?
That's tomatoes, lima beans, and peas, and string beans.
Mary Bell, don't tell me you're going to make vegetable soup.
Oh, don't be silly, Del. I'm getting ready to plant the garden. And anyway, what would the Campbell soup people think of me if I made the vegetable soup?
Well, there's just no sense to anybody making it. Not when Campbell's vegetable soup is every bit as good as the fine homemade kind. While the rich beef stock is so hearty and so chock full of tender green vegetables.
Good. Want to have it for supper tonight?
Well, naturally. And ladies, there's an idea for all of you. A Monday supper built around tempting plates of Campbell's vegetable soup. Campbell's soup on your shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen.
This is Dick Powell again, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things you seem to like here at Request Performance is our short story department. Tonight, our star is one of motion picture's favorite guys. And he's here in answer to a request from Janice Wright of Detroit to play in a special Easter story. George Raft.
Campbell Soups bring you a request performance scenario in a nutshell. George Raft in Spring Comes to Central Park South.
Oh, that's swell. Flowers. That was a great thought, Francois.
I felt they would brighten the apartment, Monsieur Martin.
Fine. Oh, Francois, have the waiter bring in those tray of fancy, before things at dinner. And see that they're on the table when Miss Holliday arrives.
Very well, Monsieur.
I've been working on this date a long time, so I don't want no slips. This has got to be the best dinner you've ever served.
Oh, this is a very special occasion, Monsieur Martin?
Yeah. You know, it's spring, Francois. A time to get started on things. And starting tonight, I got a feeling there's going to be a big love in my life.
Oh, I understand, Monsieur.
Yes, sir. Everything goes okay, I think we're going to see a lot of Miss Holliday.
Oh, I shall look forward to that, Monsieur.
And so will I, Francois. So will I. Hey, you've done a great job on this table. It'll knock her eyes out.
Oh, thank you, Monsieur Martin. Oh, I shall bring in the order.
Okay. Oh, boy, I'm lucky. I'll say I'm lucky. Desk, please. Hello? Oh, this is Mr. Martin. After Miss Holliday arrives, I don't want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening. No calls. What? You sent him up? Oh, I told you I didn't want to... Oh, all right, forget it. Come in.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, hello, David. Close the door. Come on in. Well, don't stand there. Sit down. For a minute.
This is my day, isn't it? Mr. Turner said it was.
Mr. Turner?
Mother's lawyer.
Oh, yeah. Your mother's lawyer. Sure. Oh, how's school coming, kid?
There isn't any tomorrow. We're on Easter vacation. I can stay up late.
That's swell. Great. Say, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
6 months. And I get to see you again 6 months from today, too. October 21st.
Hey, they really teach you arithmetic, don't they?
I guess so.
David, there's something I got to tell you. Yes?
It's Francois, Monsieur Martin.
Oh, yeah. Come in.
Will this tray of hors d'oeuvre be satisfactory?
Oh, Daddy.
Put him down.
Yes, Monsieur.
Gosh, I didn't know you could have dinner right in your apartment like this.
Well, I don't usually. But this is sort of a special occasion.
No kidding. Gosh, you know, it's sort of like you see in movies.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Candles. And flowers. And all these red and green and yellow things on the tray. Did you do this all for me, Daddy?
Well,
And you know, when I first came in, I didn't even think you were expecting me.
Well, David, to tell you the truth, I'll be right back. Hello? Oh, she is? Will you... Tell Miss Holliday I was called away suddenly on important business. Thank you. David, dinner is served.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy, this is wonderful.
Francois,
Yes, Monsieur?
it's just like I told you. Spring. A time to get started on things. And starting tonight, I've got a feeling there's going to be a big love in my life.
Thank you, George Raft. That was a swell Easter story. You know, it's always nice for me to come around to request performance because it makes me, or rather, it takes me back to the days when I used to sell Campbell soup in the Orchid Room of Hollywood Hotel. And another thing I like about a request performance is that they let me sing here. They won't let me sing anyplace else. So, Leaf, keep playing, will you?
I'm always chasing rainbows, watching clouds drifting by. are just like all my dreams, ending in the sky. Some fellows look and find the sunshine. I always look and find the rain. Some fellows make a winning sometime. I never even make a game. I'm always chasing rainbows, waiting to find a little bluebird in vain. Look and find the sunshine. I always look and find the rain. Some fellows make a winning sometime. I never even make a game. I'm always chasing rainbows, waiting to find a little bluebird in vain.
Thank you, Dick. Well, George Raft.
Yes, Dell?
Say, there's a rumor around town that you had quite a time finding a place to live when you came back from the East recently.
Boy, that's putting it mildly, Dell. You can't imagine the trouble I had trying to find a room. I finally found a couple of ads in the paper. One said lighthouse for rent. Lovely for tall, thin man who likes seagulls.
Well, what was the other ad, George?
It said lovely room for rent. Only 5 minutes from Hollywood by telephone. I was desperate. As I went out to see this place, I walked up and knocked on the door and...
Hello? Why, it's George Raft. Hey, Costello, look who's here.
Ah, come in, Georgie, come in.
Look, Costello, I came out here in an answer to an ad for a room.
Ah, this is it. Abbott and I thought we'd taken another guy to help share expenses.
Now, wait a minute. You mean the three of us are going to live here in this one room? Well, there's only one bed there. Where am I going to sleep?
Hey, you can sleep over there in that dresser.
You mean I'm going to have to sleep in drawers?
Oh, no, out on your nightshirt.
Why, Costello, George, this isn't a bad place. And look, it has a beautiful view out this back window. Come over here. You can see the mountains.
All I can see is a suit of Costello's long underwear hanging on the line. Well, where's the mountains?
You have to catch them between flaps.
Well, I can't find a room anywhere else. I guess I'm stuck. Well, let's get ready for bed.
Where the buffaloes roam in the gym, where the buffaloes roam in a home on a range.
Who is it?
It's me, George Raft. Costello, will you get out of that bathroom? You've been in there for 3 hours.
I'm shaving.
Does it take you 3 hours to shave?
Sometimes longer. I don't use a blade.
Costello, open that door. George and I are ready for bed, and I'd like to brush my teeth.
Ah, you don't have to come in here for that. Just slide him under the door. I'll brush him and hand him back to you.
Let me at that door, Abbott. I'll get him out of there. All right, Costello, get out of that bathtub.
I was just starting to take my bath.
Costello, you dummy. What's the idea of wearing your long underwear while you're taking a bath?
I always wear it. The wire brush hurts my skin. Hey, Abbott, never mind me. Get a load of that nightgown Raft is wearing.
Well, what's the matter with the nightgown?
Are you getting a little stylish, wearing a nightgown with a long train?
That's no train. The sheet got caught in my zipper.
Hey, he wears clothes nice, don't he, that Raft?
Come on, Costello. We've got to go to bed. It's after 1 o'clock.
Yes, and I'm tired. I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. All night long, there was a filly sitting on my nose.
Well, why don't you brush the filly off?
What for? He wasn't dusty.
Are we lucky you got out of that? Hey, you know this guy's got funnier lines than me?
Oh, come on. Never mind that, Costello. Let's get to bed. Come on, will you please?
Okay, Abbott. Wait till I set my alarm clock.
Just a minute, Costello. What kind of alarm clock is that? It's only got a half a bell on it.
That's when there are two people in the room and only one of them wants to get up.
Never mind that. Now, the first thing we've got to figure out is how the three of us are going to sleep in one bed.
Yes, Costello. How do you like to sleep?
Alone.
No. Costello, he means do you go to sleep on your left side or your right side?
No, both sides. All of me goes to sleep at the same time.
All right, come on. Let's get to bed. Now, where's my yardstick? I always take a yardstick to bed with me, you know.
What for?
I like to see how long I sleep.
One more joke like that and we'll all go to sleep. I'd like to know who's going to color the eggs we're laying.
All right, Costello, that's enough. Who's going to turn off the lights?
I will, Abbott. I'm the fastest man here. I can turn off the lights and dive into bed before the room gets dark.
Costello, I'd like to see you do that.
Okay, get into bed, you guys. All ready? I'll snap the light off and dive into bed.
Hey, Costello. Hey, the bed is over here.
You know, I don't understand it. I miss it all the time.
All right, Costello, get in bed. Do you hear?
Yeah.
Get in bed.
Don't make so much noise, Raft. I'm a very light sleeper. Now, you guys spread out. I'll sleep in the middle.
Well, if you're a light sleeper, why don't you sleep on the edge?
Will that help me sleep?
Sure, you'll drop right off.
Are the same guys writing for me, too?
Now, listen, stop all this nonsense and let's get some sleep. Hey, Costello.
What?
Did you hear that noise out in the kitchen? It must be a burglar. Costello, did you hear that burglar?
No, Abbott. I'm asleep.
Did you hear the burglar, George?
No, I'm asleep, too.
Wait a minute. A fine pair of cowards. Somebody has to go down there and catch that burglar. Raft, you go.
Not me, Bud. The floor is too cold.
What are you talking about, Raft? You've got nice, warm bedroom slippers.
How do you know?
I got them on.
Look, the three of us will go together. Now, quiet. Don't make any noise.
Hey, Abbott, I can't see where I'm going. It's dark.
Costello, just follow me. Grab a hold of the tail of my nightshirt.
Okay.
What was that?
I think I stepped on your train.
Quiet, you guys. Shh, wait a minute. I can hear somebody moving around in the kitchen.
Yeah, I heard the pantry door slam.
Yeah, he's hiding in the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
We've got him red-handed.
Yeah.
Come out of that pantry, you. We got you covered.
Hello, fellas.
Dick Powell, what are you doing in that pantry?
I just came down here for some more crackers.
Oh, more crackers, huh?
That's not a very good solution to the housing problem, boys. But here's Del Sharbutt with a hunch about lunch. Del?
Well, something you ladies want to remember these days is to eat a good lunch, even if you're alone at noon. What with spring house cleaning, gardening, and a dozen other jobs, you've done a good day's work within, and you need a good meal. So I hope pretty often you sit down to maybe a salad, tea, and a big bowl of Campbell's vegetable soup. With its hearty beef stock and 15 different kinds of garden vegetables, Campbell's vegetable soup is so soundly nourishing, women everywhere say it's almost a meal in itself. And if you taste it critically, you'll find it's just as delicious as the good homemade kind. The beef stock has the full-flavored, well-simmered taste you like, and is filled with nutritious garden vegetables, carrots, lima beans, peas, sweet golden corn, and all your other favorites. Good. So how about it? Will you treat yourself to a bowl of Campbell's vegetable soup at lunch soon? Campbell's soup on your shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen.
And now, request performance moves along in answer to a letter from...
Okay, all right. You can put the sofa right there. Oh, and be careful of the buffet. It's got all the dishes. Oh, golly.
Now, just a minute, young lady. What do you think you're doing?
We're moving in. Just put it down
Now, wait
over
a
there.
minute. Wait a minute. Come here a second. What's your name?
Corliss Archer. Well, I guess you'll be leaving now.
Now,
Goodbye.
just a moment. What is this fast brush here? What are you doing?
Our gang's moving in on you.
Oh, your gang's moving in on us, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, get this straight, sister. This is my territory, see? And nobody's moving in.
Golly. You must be... Oh, you must be a gangster. I'm going to call a detective.
You got me wrong. I am a detective.
Then I'm going to call a gangster. Daddy!
Wait a minute. Now, calm down and relax, will you? Let's get this thing straight. Why all the furniture?
Well, we're going to live here. Starting next Sunday, this is going to be our address.
Oh, Request Performance is moving out, and Meet Corliss Archer is moving in.
Uh-huh. Oh, golly, it's going to be just super. You see, next Sunday at this time, we'll be all moved in. You'll meet my mother and Dad.
Is the pater very strict with you, Corliss?
Well, he thinks he is, but, you know, we women have, ways. Then my boyfriend Dexter Franklin will probably be over. He's sort of a dope, but he's dependable and faithful. He sort of reminds you of a water spaniel. Then there's Veronica. She's my dog.
Does she remind you of a water spaniel, too?
Well, yes, she does. But she reminds you of a collie, too. And a bloodhound. And a fox terrier. And a poodle.
Sounds like quite a mongrel.
Well, maybe. But she's a thoroughbred mongrel.
Well, get that furniture in place, Corliss, and make yourself at home. I have a feeling that the Archers are going to have a lot of visitors here next week.
Yes, starting next Sunday night, Campbell Soups will present one of radio's most popular programs, Meet Corliss Archer, starring Janet Waldo.
Well, Del, I guess that just about ties off Campbell Soup's Request Performance mailbag for this season. And it's so long for a while from all the stars who've had so much fun answering your letters. And it's good night from Lou Costello, Bud Abbott, George Raft, and your host in Hollywood tonight, Dick Powell. Good night, everyone.
Good. That's what Campbell Soups are.
Every week, Campbell Soups bring you two big shows from Hollywood. The Jack Carson Show on Wednesday, and starting next Sunday, Meet Corliss Archer, starring Janet Waldo. If you do not have daylight saving in your community, Meet Corliss Archer will come to you next week at an earlier time. Consult your newspaper. George Raft will soon be seen in the United Artists picture Mr. Ace and the Queen. Abbott and Costello can now be seen in the Universal picture Little Giant and appear through the courtesy of Camel Cigarettes. Dick Powell appears through the courtesy of his sponsor, the F.W. Fitch Company. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Looks like they stole the closing theme for the Jack Benny show there. Hooray for Hollywood. That's the exact same thing they used to close each of the Jack Benny shows with. That was the last show of the series. I didn't realize that until they kind of said it there at the end. And, of course, you heard the good Campbell Soup commercials, which they continued to use that little tagline well into the modern day. Produced by the Maskers Club of Hollywood. Now, most people would have no idea what that was. Maskers Club was a private club located just off Hollywood Boulevard that various celebrities belonged to, and they used to have meetings. It was the West Coast equivalent of whatever was going on the East Coast with the various celebrity clubs. They decided to have one in Hollywood since they had lots of celebrities in Hollywood. I went there once in 1975 when they honored Groucho Marx, and it was a veritable who's who of Hollywood people that showed up to this. The Maskers Club, as far as I know, no longer exists. I think they sold off the building and packed up all the memorabilia, and the last I heard, some of it was available online where you could go and look at some of their memorabilia on the internet. Maybe you should try maskersclub.com or look up Maskers Club, because I think that they do have something you can still look at. But anyway, most people never heard of that, and it's a fairly obscure thing. Interesting that they got away with the line, I would like to see you inhale. Don't know how they slipped that one past the censors, but they did. And Lou Costello in this just seems to be frantic. It's funny, but he's like racing through his lines in a kind of a frantic voice, so it's a little odd, but maybe that's what he did some of the time on radio. Okay, That's it for the Good Old Days of Radio show for today. Again, Happy New Year to all of you from us here at the Good Old Days of Radio show. And we have a full year of shows to go. We'll have more surprises. We'll probably have a few guests, and we'll just keep on going because the audience for this show is still growing. If you like this show, please continue to tell your friends, and we'll get more and more. Okay, that's it for the Good Old Days of Radio show. See you on Thursday for Mr. Keith Scott taking us through some episodes of Escape, and we'll be back here on Tuesday with some sort of comedy, drama, or variety. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but you'll find out next Tuesday. Goodbye.